Gas and weight are calculated based on the current control.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin. Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Sunny but cold. It's 46 degrees right now here. We don't like that. So when it warms up, I'll stick my head back outside again. So go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. We have Bethany Gibbs from Seattle. Lance from Seattle. LaShayna from Richmond. Shane West from Chicago. Lance Hunt, Dayton, Ohio. You know, the city that I was like the coldest I have ever been was not Chicago, was not Philadelphia, was not New York. It was Columbus, Ohio at an ACN convention. I swear it got so cold I felt it in my bones. Cleve Stewart, New York City. Guillory, welcome. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Make a decision, find a vehicle, take action, and stay focused. Do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this space. You have limited resources. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, let's go ahead and kick this day off. What day is today? Wednesday? No, Thursday. Oh, today's Thursday. KGX presentation tonight. All right. First, let's look at the coin market cap. Oh, my, look at that. The market cap has risen to 135 billion. One sec, just started. Crypto talk. Oh, wait, he wants my Bitcoin wallet. Oh, well, I don't need to wait too much on that one. Oh, if somebody wants to send me some Bitcoin, then definitely let me get them my wallet. Let's see here. Where Did I go back too far? Anyways, those of you that's just joining us, welcome. This is Thursday morning, early morning crypto talk. We are going to be doing a crypto presentation or a Bitcoin presentation tonight. Crypto KGX. Ah, good grief. Now I can't find my wallet address. All right, I'll just, while I'm looking at this, we'll go ahead and get started. Well, so first and foremost, 135 billion. Where was it yesterday? 133 billion from what I remember. 133 billion market cap. We've got Bitcoin dominance at 51.1%. That's gone down. That means, you know who's been getting all that money? The altcoins. The altcoins. Now, the problem with that, well, it's not really a problem. I predicted it last year. I said that 2018 was the year of the altcoin. 2017 was the year of Bitcoin. Actually, I got it off by a year. 2019 seems to turn out to be the year of Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting? 2019. Bitcoin is at 3929.54% increase in green. Ethereum 0.34%. Bitcoin Cash up 4.5%. Stellar, look at that. Stellar is up 4.3%. 10 cents a coin. Best performers over the last 24 hours. Qtum, Lisk, Omai's Go, Insight Chain, Bytem, Populous, Nano, Metaverse, Eternity. That's pretty healthy. Qtum is really in Lisk is in the double digit. Worst performers, Zcoin, Komodo, Aurora, Moac, ABBC Coin, Project Pi. All right. Look at what we're going to look at. Yes, we're going to look at Brock Pierce. Brock Pierce. Who's Brock Pierce? 2019 blockchain and crypto predictions. Oh, so you know. If they're talking about predictions, you know I'm going to jump all on this one. Let's see if I am right on some of my prediction or if I can learn something new. So let me copy this. Put it in the chat box. I got this one from Patricia. Hold on a second. I got Gardner here. Wait a minute. Today's Thursday. Why is the Gardner here? It's supposed to be here on Wednesday. Give me a second for the Gardner to pass by. Yeah, what's up with that? Gardner comes on Wednesday. Today's Thursday. And he's almost finished right here in front of me. Okay. Tony Pinkston, Lance Hutch, Shauna Ross, Court Gomes, Linda Reuter, Patricia Davis. Welcome. So Brock Pierce makes some predictions. Blockchain and cryptocurrency stalwart, Brock Pierce has been instrumental in some of the highest profile projects in the crypto sphere. Most recently, the Mt. Gox creditors asked him to help prepare a plan to maximize returns and repair the damage caused by his infamous scandal. So his predictions in Forbes for the next year are certainly worth listening to. You need to put me in Forbes magazine. What? I need 50 million? Okay. Getting there. The rise of dApps, decentralized applications. If you don't know what dApps mean, just think of the apps on your phones right now. Now imagine that they were decentralized. Those are called dApps. So decentralized apps have been around for a while now on platforms such as Ethereum, Tron, Cardano, and the Pierce-developed EOS. So far, though, they are struggling to find regular users outside of the gambling and gaming categories. Pierce believes that 2019 will see multiple dApps hitting 1 million users. He says that the best projects in the crypto ecosystem happen when prices are down. In bull markets, people are too busy getting rich to build things. I agree with that. That's what 2018 was all about. Whoa, a new article just popped up. Says Illinois judge blocks Mt. Gox CEO's bid to weasel out of Bitcoin trader lawsuit. Okay. Mt. Gox was before my time, so I don't follow that or pay attention to it too much. So he thinks that 3 criteria must be met to spur mass adoption. They have to be scalable. I agree. They have to be fee-less and frictionless. I agree. And they have to be fast. I agree. No one will use the internet if it's slow. Remember AOL dial-up back in the day? And this internet thing's not going to work. It's funny. Have you guys seen Captain Marvel? There's this. I'm not going to, spoil anything, but there's just a scene where they show an old computer and they put a disk in there, and they're all just standing there waiting. And then someone says, "What are we waiting for?" It said, "It's downloading." I was like, all right. And in fact, I had that same exact computer too back in college. That was funny. My kids laughed at me about that. So we are building the new internet. So new standards need to be set. Now, that is a powerful statement because yesterday I did Crypto Talk about was it yesterday or the day before, about the 30-year anniversary of the internet. And what they said, the internet, its invention, what it has done to mankind, that mankind would not be where it is right now without the internet, how big it is. And now we are building the new internet. We're building the new internet. Security token offerings, STOs. Pierce suggests that security token offerings will create a quadrillion-dollar market. Whoa. With the tokenization of all manner of real-world assets. He sees them as the next wave in the evolution of capital markets, but doesn't think ICOs are fundamentally bad. So you guys are familiar with the term ICO, right? You're familiar with that, but you may not be familiar with STO. And right now I'm looking for something here. Those are my bookmarks. Give me a second here because I need to bring back up a visual. Where did I put it? Business. Yeah. But underneath business should be crypto. There we go. Crypto. Figures. Now I can't find it. I'll make sure I have this thing set up before I start because I like coming to that visual. I never know when I'm going to need it. Maybe I have it on my main. No, I don't. Anyways, I want to show you a visual of just how big quadrillion is. And STOs is going to make ICOs look like, child's play. Quadrillion. That's the derivatives. So STOs have a framework that can do that. They're designed for investors and can have many provisions that are there to protect market participants. Online gaming. With a CV that includes the pioneering of selling in-game items for real currency, you could expect Pierce to see potential in this sector. He says that the people who originally bought and sold in-game currency and items online became some of the earliest adopters of cryptocurrency. in that community of users around the world that have driven the first wave of crypto adoption. And so I think there's a very good chance that gaming in all its forms will be one of the major drivers of the success of the ecosystem. Some friendly. The final pieces of the puzzle, according to Pierce, are user friendliness and embracing features like money messaging, especially for the unbanked. He likens the current state to that of the internet before browsers with intuitive user interfaces started to appear and make it accessible. The same thing needs to happen now. With crypto payments, we've had wonderful technologists. Now we need great user interfaces. Well, I mean, that's not, you didn't make too many predictions there. I said all this, but he's right. You know, out of all of this, what caught my attention that I'm going to start paying more attention to is this: security token offering. Why? Well, if the SEC is claiming everything is a freaking security, then go ahead. You're going to start having these companies do the right thing and go ahead and get registered with the SEC because they're offering a security. And now by doing so, they're protected. They're registered. That means there's confidence for institutional investors to come in. And he says it's going to be a quadrillion-dollar market. You only need half of a crumb to be set for life. Did I lose sound? Can you guys still hear me? Patricia says sound went down. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. My audio says it's still on. All right, Bethany can still hear me. Let me, Patricia, to refresh. I am on my crypto phone. This phone has never dropped a call. All right, so this is what caught my attention. As an investor, imagine you just put $100,000 or $200,000 down on an STO, and the project's worth $4 million, and then 12 months later, it's worth $5 billion. There is room. I mean, we're talking about quadrillion. There is massive room for adoption here. All right, next up article. Renowned Bitcoin skeptic admits he was wrong. You're going to start seeing these guys come out the woodwork unless they can put their ego aside and admit to it. It's okay to admit that you're wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. I'm not going to just pretend to be right just to be right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. 2018 bear market saw Bitcoin's price fall around 85% from $20,000 to a low of $3,100. This trend was mirrored by all altcoins, with some dropping almost 100% from all-time highs. Added to this, the constant postponing of ETFs and BAC, this has led to many retail investors leaving the crypto space. Remember, retail means broke people who are not educated in this space. One of the Bitcoin skeptics was Neil Ferguson, the author of the currency history book, The Ascent of Money. He was speaking at the Australian Financial Review Business Summit, which was held at the beginning of March 2019. He has previously criticized Bitcoin and blockchain technology as being a complete delusion. Ferguson recants. However, at the conference, he stated that he had changed his mind. Ferguson said, "I was very wrong to think there was no use for a form of currency based on blockchain technology." I give him a standing ovation for that statement. In 2014, his teenage son told him to invest in Bitcoin, and he ignored him. He now considers this moment to be the worst investment decision of my life. In 2017, he wrote a blog post recalling his son, encouraging him to invest in Bitcoin. He wrote, on October 7, 2014, the dollar price of one Bitcoin was $334. As I write, it is $15,150. Yes, you read that correctly. If I had listened to my son, I would have increased the dollar value of my investment by a factor of 45. Or if you prefer, I'd have made a return on the investment of 4,436%. Even given the negative effect the bear market has had on price, Ferguson still believes that Bitcoin and blockchain-based currencies have a future. The moral of the story for Ferguson was, when it comes to technology, pay heed to teenagers. Wow. Bear market to bull market. There seems to be a palpable change in the cryptoverse, which is indicating a change from bear to bull. In addition to economists changing their perceptions about Bitcoin, other famous tech giants such as Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk, and Steve Wozniak have recently stated their interest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It ain't recent. They've been in this space for a long time now. Moreover, the launch of Fidelity's crypto trading and custody platform shows that there is an appetite from institutions to invest in cryptocurrencies. Longtime critics of Bitcoin, such as JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, are developing cryptocurrencies of their own. Finally, large tech companies such as Samsung and Facebook are also using blockchain technology and giving the average consumer the opportunity to trade and utilize cryptocurrencies. Clearly, there is a lot to look forward to in 2019. We are still waiting on the launch of BAT and for SEC approval of a physically backed Bitcoin ETF. What will it take to ignite the next bull run? I know what it will take. The people that's manipulating the market to take their foot off the brake. That's what will happen. When they feel comfortable that the infrastructure is in place, that their businesses are set up and ready to go. Then, and only then, will you see this thing run up. Now, you've got to picture this like a rubber band. What happens when you put stress on the rubber band and you bend it in one direction and you hold it? You're building up stress and resistance. The moment you let that thing go and snap, it snaps forward rapidly. It doesn't creep forward. It doesn't turtle walk itself forward. It springs forward. So I think this year you're going to see this thing bouncing around up to about $6,000. And then when it snaps, it's going to be like November 2017, where it went from like $5,000 to $7,000 to almost $20,000 a coin in 5 weeks. It's going to happen so fast, people's heads are going to spin. And I'm going to make another prediction. All those clowns that sold all their coins because they thought they were losing, they're all going to come running back to the space. They're going to make the same mistake they made the first time around. You think people would learn from their mistakes, but they don't, especially if they don't want to get educated. They're going to have fear of loss or fear of missing out or FOMO, fear of missing out. So they're going to start to see this thing run again, and they're going to start to buy Bitcoin when it's at the 12,000, 13,000, 14,000 because they want to get it. Man, this thing's going to go to $50,000. Let me get in now. Here's what's going to happen. If it's going to get to maybe 25, 30,000, it's going to flatline, and it's going to correct itself all the way back down to $10,000. And then they're going to freak out again and sell all their coins. And, man, I got screwed twice by crypto. Here's who's going to benefit. Those of you that's stacking up your coins right now, like it's 2014 all over again, and waiting for 2017 to happen. You're going to win big time. I'm going to be visiting my mother today, and I got to make sure she is still putting, I don't know, what, $50 or $100 a week aside in Bitcoin and just sitting on it. Forget you got it. All right. I'm going to save this article because I'm going to be quoting this guy. Legendary investor Marc Faber buys his first Bitcoin. Good morning, Gina. Legendary investor Marc Faber buys his first Bitcoin. Marc Faber, one of the world's most revered investors, has admitted he has bought his first Bitcoin after rolling back somewhat on his initial skepticism. Look at this now. We've got the big boy skeptics are changing their mind. Marc Faber is one of the world's most renowned investors. He's doing this. You think that Bernie, I'm sorry, not Bernie. I think it's Bernie Madoff or Bernie Sanders. Warren Buffett is paying attention. Marc Faber is one of the world's most renowned investors. Born in Switzerland, but now residing in Thailand, he has built a career which has now spanned more than 40 years and is often referred to as Dr. Doom or the crash prophet because of his pessimism for the market. He made his name when he predicted the stock market crash of 1987, advising his clients beforehand to get out of the market. He has now bought his first Bitcoin stake, which he revealed in conversation with Swiss-German financial news website Cash. Now, this is a game of who you're going to listen to. You've got the Oracle, Warren Buffett, calling Bitcoin rat poison squared. You've got Dr. Doom over here buying Bitcoin. Who are you going to listen to? Me? I listen to none of them. I follow what they actually do. After being a longtime skeptic of the new financial technology, he said he had decided he was ready to give it a try. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. A guy like this does not just give things a try. He does not stick his toe in the water to see if it's warm. He does not shoot a shotgun at the wall to see what sticks. They're calculating. Every move they make has been well thought out and planned. And especially whatever they say publicly, because they can affect the market, whatever they say publicly. So him saying, "Oh, I'll give it a try." No. He's already done his research and homework. And he feels confident enough to, I better get in on this thing. The rates look better than $20,000 a coin. In the interview, Faber explains that he bought his Bitcoins in February this year. He explained that he had been interested in virtual currency for a while. See that? It's not he didn't just wake up one day and say, I guess I'll buy a Bitcoin. But only found the price of investment reasonable in recent days. Really? At around $3,000, the rate looks better than it did a year ago at $20,000. Interesting. He just told you guys what all the high stake investors are doing. All the institutional investors. They didn't like it at $20,000. They needed to hit the reset button. Bring it back down. Through the course of the month, Bitcoin gained around $400 in value as it moved from just over $3,400 at the beginning of the month to $3,800 by month's end. Good for Faber's credibility as a market weather vane. Through the course of the month, in the last 3 months, Bitcoin has surged 15%. So think about this. How often does the stock market move 15% like that? So for a guy like this to buy Bitcoin he probably bought it at $3,100 or $3,200. And it goes up by $400, and he made a fortune. You think he bought one Bitcoin? Guys like this, when they say they're going to get into something, he didn't put $5,000 down. He probably put $5 million. And think about that. If he put $5 million and it went up by 15%. Is that a good day in the neighborhood? He just made 15% on his money in a month? Heck yeah. The bear market, which has endured since the beginning of 2018, is showing glimmers of positive movement as market sentiment seems to be signaling a thawing of the crypto winter. He says, I didn't fully understand. At least he admits that. I applaud him for saying that. Who else said that they just didn't fully understand it? Warren Buffett says that, which I think he's lying. I think he does fully understand it. There was another critic who admitted that. It wasn't Bill Gates. It wasn't Jack Ma. Anyways, in a statement that would have many investors kicking themselves, one must admire the honesty of such a renowned investor here, as Faber also admitted that he had the chance to buy Bitcoin years ago, but chose not to because he says he did not understand the technology. They understand it now. It's like, can you hear me now? That's why the price is as low as it is now. They hit the reset button to get back in on this. I was tempted to purchase Bitcoin when it was available for $200. Stop right there. Stop right there. When was Bitcoin worth $200 a coin? You guys know the year? We're talking 2012, 2011, 2012. He's been watching Bitcoin longer than I have. Understand this? It ain't he just woke up yesterday and figured it out. It says, but I held myself from purchasing something that I didn't fully understand, and I can respect that. Nevertheless, it is clearly not too late. It's not too late. Whilst being conservative, Faber is not averse to novel assets and advises his followers to hold assets outside of the financial system, not being a fan of cash. He regularly reminds followers of how inflation destroys wealth and how assets apart from cash are much better stores of value in the long run. That's another quote right there from a billionaire. Still not a Bitcoin bull, Faber still reminded his followers that they should not interpret his move as a signal of change in his view of Bitcoin. He is still not a bull. Whilst he did not disclose exactly how much BTC he had bought, he advocated the old investment mantra to his followers. I would suggest to my followers that they invest such an amount in BTC. What? What did he just say? That they can afford to lose. Why isn't there billions of dollars in my bank account right now? These billionaires are saying the same thing I've been saying, as if they were listening to me. On the contrary, I listen to them. If you want to be successful, follow what successful people are doing. I didn't make the stuff up. This is their rules to success. Education is key. Number one, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Number two, he just said this, invest money that you can afford to lose. So that's just letting me know I'm on the right track. All right, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for Crypto Talk for today. Today, because tonight I will be back at 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on kgxglobal.info for our crypto presentation. Learn about crypto. This is a novel time because I will probably, for the next couple of weeks, this will be the last time you see this presentation done this way. There's a lot that's about to take place, a lot that's about to happen, that a lot of people are going to feel really silly that they didn't, do my rule number 4, stay focused. There's, now I'm going to leave that alone. All I can do is do what I'm supposed to do. But anyways, I'll see you all tonight. If you want to learn about how to get educated about the crypto Bitcoin space, kgsglobal.info, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Have a great day. God bless. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.